দর্শক আমন্ত্রণ জানাচ্ছি ম্যাকোয়ারি ইউনিভার্সিটি স্টাডি অপরচুনিটিজ ইন অস্ট্রেলিয়া অনুষ্ঠানে। অস্ট্রেলিয়ায় উচ্চশিক্ষা বিষয়ক এই অনুষ্ঠানে আপনাদের সঙ্গে আছি আমি শরীফুল ইসলাম খান। আলোচনার জন্য স্টুডিওতে উপস্থিত রয়েছেন অস্ট্রেলিয়ার ম্যাকোয়ারি বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের প্রভিসি প্রফেসর ডক্টর শেরমান ইয়াং, আছেন ডিরেক্টর অফ লার্নিং অ্যান্ড টিচিং ডিপার্টমেন্ট অফ সিকিউরিটি স্টাডিজ অ্যান্ড ক্রিমিনোলজি ডক্টর জুলিয়ান ড্রোগান, আরও আছেন দক্ষিণ এশিয়া বিষয়ক সিনিয়র কান্ট্রি ম্যানেজার তানভীর শহীদ এবং ম্যাকোয়ারি ইউনিভার্সিটির অ্যালামনাই অ্যান্ড পুলিশ স্টাফ কলেজের ডেপুটি ডিরেক্টর রওশন সাদিয়া আফরোজ। আপনাদের সবাইকে আমাদের এই অনুষ্ঠানে আসার জন্য অনেক স্বাগতম। আমাদের সঙ্গে রয়েছেন ডক্টর শেরমান ইয়াং। আমি প্রথমে সুযোগটা নেব ওনাকেই প্রশ্ন করার। ডক্টর শেরমান ইয়াং, could you please tell us about Australia?
Australia is a very big island, and on the east is the Pacific Ocean, on the west is the Indian Ocean. But it's one of the largest countries in the world by land area, but it's got a very small population, only 24 million people, 2.4 crore. And within that population is a very multicultural and diverse population. We have residents from many, many countries, many diverse cultures and backgrounds. It's a very international, welcoming country. We have a long tradition of innovation and creativity. So 15 Nobel laureates and a whole range of really interesting innovations such as Wi-Fi was invented in Australia, IVF, the black box. Very exciting country.
Yeah, it indeed is. Dr. Julian, my next question is for you. Would you please tell us something about Australian education system?
Sure. Australia has a very developed and a very progressive education system. In fact, our government invests a lot of money into making our education system absolutely world class. And so it has three basic levels. It's kindergarten, and it goes into high school, and then you have the tertiary sector, which is the university sector. And on top of that, you also have vocational training, other forms of training and education that are not necessarily part of the university sector. But in that university sector, we have a whole host of different world-class universities. Indeed, at the moment, we have 43 different universities in Australia, all of which attract significant numbers of international students.
That's really good. Professor Sherman Young, how many international students are in Australia?
Over 300,000 international students in Australia. About half of them are in the university sector that Julian mentioned. And those students come from a range of countries. At Macquarie, for example, we have students from over 100 countries. The main countries where international students come from are China, Korea, Vietnam, Malaysia. Bangladesh, though, is a growing part of our international market. I think we have over 4,000 Bangladeshi students in Australia, most of them in New South Wales. Importantly, the Australian international student market is a very sophisticated one. We are one of the only countries to actually have legislative protection for our international students. So we have a thing called the ESOS Act, which ensures that international students will get the quality of education that they are expecting when they arrive in the country.
So about this ESOS Act, I think this is something unique for a country to have to protect international students.
It is, and it demonstrates how seriously we take our international students, not just for the students themselves and our contribution to their education, but also what they bring to the country, because the internationalisation of Australia is a fantastic thing.
Dr. Julian, there is a next question for you. Could you please tell us more about Macquarie University?
Sure. Well, Macquarie University is the university that I come from and Professor Sherman Young comes from. And it's a very beautiful university. It's situated in Parkland in Sydney, which is Australia's largest, oldest and probably most diverse and cultural city. Macquarie University has about 40,000 students at the moment, making it a very significant, large university in Australia. And it's consistently ranked around 200, 250 top universities in the world. And in Australia, it's one of the top 10 universities. Has a very strong research profile, but also is very good and very well known for its learning and teaching and its ability to really look after students in terms of their teaching and learning experience.
So, Professor Sherman Young, this is my next question to you. Can you please elaborate the teaching technique at Macquarie University? And we know that this is world standard, but why it is world standard?
We take teaching and learning very seriously at Macquarie University. It's one of the foundations of our reason for being. And we emphasise two things when we think about learning the teaching. The first is the student experience. it's really important that the students get the very best experience they possibly can. So we do that in a number of ways. We have world-class facilities. We have a fantastic new library. All of our classrooms are innovative, exciting places to be. We have fantastic media production labs, for example, chemistry labs, studios, resources that our students can engage with that are first class and world class. We also have really first class teachers. So the experience of learning is something that students can really immerse themselves in. Our teachers are passionate about their areas, they're really engaged, and we always hear that the student experience at Macquarie is absolutely outstanding. But as important as the experience is, outcomes are just as important. It's all very well to have a fantastic experience, and the experience of being a university student can be the best time of your life, but you also need to make sure that when you graduate, you have the knowledge, the skills, and the experience to be able to make your way in the world, to get a good job, to start your own business, to have a life and a career that really satisfies you. And so we design our curriculum to make sure that not only do you have the content knowledge that you need as a graduate, but you also have all of those skills like being able to problem solve, being able to communicate, being able to work in teams. All of those skills that we know employers really want from a graduate, because they want people who can make their way and build the future, not just for the graduate themselves, but for the business that they become part of. And so we focus on both the experience and the outcomes, and we design both the on-campus experience and the curriculum to ensure that our graduates get what they need in the 21st century.
Thank you very much. Dr. Julian, any advice for students for academic perspective prior to their joining to any university in Australia?
That's a good question. I think that I would recommend students to really do three things, three very key things. First of all, make sure that you go onto the website. Have a really good look at what that university offers in terms of its online experience, because I know from experience at our university, we really take very seriously the ability for students as learners to take control of their learning and to be able to interact with their lectures, with the sort of materials that they might have that are given to them in their classes through an online experience. And so you'll find that universities in Australia have this often a very blended approach to how a student learns. There'll be in-class activities and opportunities to engage with each other, to do group work. There'll also be a lot of online resources that students can access. So, for instance, at Macquarie University, we have a program called Kickstart, which means that before the student even begins, indeed before the student even leaves Bangladesh perhaps, they can go onto the online site and they can start to download videos and resources and audio files and so on that are part of that unit that will really introduce them and give them a sense of knowing what they need to do and knowing what's expected of them. So that's really important. And I think that the second thing I'd recommend is that students really think about taking advantage of many of the opportunities that will come over their period at the university. And so often there'll be all sorts of extracurricular type things that the student can do. And those things aren't just social and enjoyable, but they are, of course, enjoyable, but they can really lead to better outcomes, graduate outcomes. So, for instance, at Macquarie University, we have a global leadership program where students can be involved in extracurricular activities that engage them with global leaders, opportunities to do debating and act within the UN and things like this. And that can really, set them above on their resume later on when it comes to employers looking at, do you have leadership skills? And yes, we did this extra program. And there's also the clubs and societies. So, if a student came to Macquarie University, there's the Bangla Club, with Bangladeshi students who have been there for a long time and have set up all of these activities and these support networks. And so that's really important, to get that early. And the last thing, of course, is just get ready to have a truly life-changing experience and make sure that you come with a big smile on your face and a sense of humour, because you'll have a good time, and I think you'll find Australia is a very friendly and welcoming country.
Thank you so much. I think this will really help a great deal. Our students would find it very resourceful. আমরা আসলে চাইছি এই অনুষ্ঠানের মাধ্যমে আমাদের স্টুডেন্ট এবং তাদের অভিভাবকরা ম্যাকোয়ারি ইউনিভার্সিটি সম্বন্ধে জানবেন এবং তারা তাদের সন্তানদেরকে উৎসাহিত করবেন যাতে তারা ম্যাকোয়ারির মতো একটা প্রখ্যাত ইউনিভার্সিটিতে যেয়ে পড়াশোনা করতে পারে। আমি এখন প্রশ্ন করতে চাচ্ছি মিস্টার তানভীর শহীদকে। You have been working to really promote Macquarie University to Bangladeshi students and Bangladeshi sort of society and our government people. So, would you like to tell us about the relationship between Macquarie University and Bangladesh at the moment?
Thank you, Mr. Khan. Bangladesh is one of the very top priority countries for Macquarie University. Currently, there are over 250 Bangladeshi students are studying at Macquarie University. You would be happy to know that out of these 250 students, 50 students are doing their research. They are at Master of Research or PhD. So what it means that Bangladeshi student has the caliber to do the extensive research with a leading university like Macquarie University. So that's really a positive sign for future generation in Bangladesh. At the same time, I'd like to highlight few of the relationship we have developed in Bangladesh. Like for an example, we have MOUs with Dhaka University, North-South University, BRAC University, East-West University in Bangladesh. We recently signed another MOU in terms of the academic collaboration and research support with University Grant Commission of Bangladesh. Not only that, like our academics have been going to these institutions over the last couple of years. They have been talking with the academics. They are sharing their academic thoughts. We have organized lots of seminars with these institutions. On the other aspect, Macquarie University facilitating Ministry of Public Administration staff and their colleagues. We have a program called Macquarie University and Macquarie University MOPA, Ministry of Public Administration Scholarship, where our government service people can do their master's degree with 50% scholarship from Macquarie University. So it's a quite holistic approach Macquarie University has taken with Bangladesh. At the same time, we are closely working with the government scholarship agencies like Australia Award, Endeavour Award, and we are also working with Australian High Commission, Australian Trade Commissions in Bangladesh very closely. We are also working with those students who finish their studies at Macquarie University who are living in Bangladesh. So those Macquarie alumni, we have been constantly keep in touch with them. Whenever we come here in Bangladesh, we do meet with them. So we are making this alumni association as a true ambassador of Australia in Bangladesh. So these are the few steps Macquarie University have been taken over the last few years.
It's very nice to know, and I believe, all these efforts that you are putting in and all these people coming from Macquarie University to Bangladesh is going to really strengthen the relationship between Bangladesh and Australia, especially Macquarie University. And talking about Australian alumni, we have an opportunity to have one Macquarie University alumni with us, Sadia, Afroze. উনি সাকসেসফুলি ম্যাকোয়ারি ইউনিভার্সিটি থেকে পড়াশোনা শেষ করে এসেছেন। আমরা ওনার কাছেই জানতে চাইব, why did you choose to go to Australia and which subject you studied there?
Okay, thank you Mr. Khan for asking me. Well, I have chosen Australia not because of the place, not because of the country, but because of the subject itself. I have studied policing, intelligence and counterterrorism with the degree of international security studies. It is a double master's course, and it was under OSED scholarship. So it uniquely offers by the Macquarie University. So I have to choose Macquarie.
আপনি আমাদেরকে আরেকটু বলবেন যে আপনার পড়াশোনা চলাকালীন সময়ে কোনো চ্যালেঞ্জ ছিল আপনার?
Definitely.
থাকলে ওটা আপনি কিভাবে ওভারকাম করেছেন?
হিউজ চ্যালেঞ্জ। কারণ হচ্ছে আমাদের এখানে এডুকেশন সিস্টেম এবং অস্ট্রেলিয়া কোয়াইট ডিফারেন্ট। একদম প্রথম সেমিস্টারে আমি এত বেশি ওভারবার্ডেন ছিলাম স্টাডি নিয়ে, স্টাডি লোড ওয়াজ টু হাই I feel I just stuck. And with the family as well, because balancing between family and study, like the policing, balance between work and family and work, it's quite challenging.
খুবই খুবই ভালো লাগছে আপনার অভিজ্ঞতার কথা শুনে। আমরা এই বিষয়ে আরও শুনবো সামান্য একটা বিরতির পরে। দর্শকবৃন্দ আমাদের সঙ্গেই থাকবেন। দর্শক, আবারও আমন্ত্রণ অস্ট্রেলিয়ার উচ্চশিক্ষা নিয়ে ম্যাকোয়ারি ইউনিভার্সিটি স্টাডি অপরচুনিটিজ ইন অস্ট্রেলিয়া অনুষ্ঠানে। আপনাদের সঙ্গে আছি আমি শরীফুল ইসলাম খান। আমরা কথা বলছিলাম রওশন সাদিয়া আফরোজের সাথে, যিনি ম্যাকোয়ারি ইউনিভার্সিটি থেকে তার পড়াশোনা শেষ করে আবার দেশে ফিরে এসে সাফল্যের সাথে আবার পুলিশ বিভাগেই কাজ করছেন, উচ্চপদস্থ কর্মকর্তা। তো আমরা জানতে চাইছিলাম যে আপনার যে চ্যালেঞ্জগুলো, প্লেজারিজমের ব্যাপারটা আমরা এই সুযোগে একটু দর্শকদেরকে একটু বলতে চাই আর কি। প্লেজারিজমের জিনিসটা অনেকে হয়তো বা এটাকে অতখানি নাও বুঝতে পারে। আপনি যদি তাদেরকে একটু সংক্ষিপ্তভাবে একটু বুঝিয়ে দেন, কারণ ভবিষ্যতের যেসব স্টুডেন্টরা যাবে তাদের জন্য খুব উপকার হবে এটা।
হ্যাঁ, ডেফিনেটলি প্লেজারিজমের কয়েকটা ধাপ আছে। একটা হচ্ছে, তো আপনি যখন কারো আইডিয়াটা নিলেন, অবশ্যই আপনি এটাকে অ্যাকনোলেজ করবেন, বিকজ ইট ইজ এথিক্যাল কাইন্ড অফ কনসিডারেশন। এবং আরেকটা ব্যাপার হচ্ছে যে রেফারেন্সিং, ইট ইজ স্ট্রিক্টলি মেনটেন ইন দ্য অস্ট্রেলিয়ান ইউনিভার্সিটি। এবং এটার ব্যাপারেও আমি ঢাকা ইউনিভার্সিটিতে আসলে আমরা করেছি, কিন্তু আমি এত মানে এরকম পারফেকশন আমি আসলে আমাকে ওখানে কেউ শিখায় না, কিন্তু আমাকে শিখতে হয়েছে। I think I realize myself what I was before and what I am now after receiving my award from Macquarie University.
আপনি কি মনে করেন যে ওখানকার এক্সপেরিয়েন্সগুলো আপনি এখানে এসে অ্যাপ্লাই করতে পারছেন?
Yes, and I think I can apply my skill and knowledge both with huge implication. For example, I'm in the training institute, Police Staff College it is, and we have two-part training and research. So in training, I have some delivery on criminal intelligence and counterterrorism like topic, and also I have contributed to curriculum development on city counterterrorism, and also I have some contribution on the journal. We have the journal and research methodology, and to review the proposal, and we also publish the annual report, and it is, it is a huge analysis, so it is under my office.
থ্যাংক ইউ রওশন সাদিয়া আফরোজ, আপনার এই মূল্যবান অভিজ্ঞতাগুলো আমাদের সাথে শেয়ার করার জন্য। মিস্টার তানভীর শহীদ, এখন মাই কোশ্চেন টু ইউ, how to get admissions in Macquarie University? Would you please tell us about that?
Sure. Of course, all the Bangladeshi students are welcome to Macquarie University. But any student who likes to apply to university, he or she needs to understand what sort of courses this university is offering. So we have few tiers of level of studies, like for an example, foundation studies or diploma studies or bachelor, masters, and lastly, Master of Research and even PhD. So in our website, www.mq.edu.au, all these course informations are clearly written. So the prospective students, they need to go to the website and need to find out their relevant course. So once they finalize their course, then they can go to online, they can submit their application in online and upload all the documents. At the same time, in Dhaka city, we have a good number of representatives of the universities. So our students can go to those offices and they can apply through these local offices as well. So once they apply to Macquarie University, either any of this way, then university takes a couple of weeks maximum to reply, and if they are eligible, then the university issues the offer letter. So once the students receive the offer letter, then they can pay the first semester tuition fees, and university then will be issuing confirmation of enrollment. And with that letter, these students can apply for Australian student visa. So that is a kind of a brief journey of admission for Bangladeshi students at Macquarie University. The students need to remember that there is mainly 2 terms, 2 semesters at the university. One is starting late February, another one is generally in the late July.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tanveer. You know very well that scholarship is high on agenda to every prospective students, and they would really like to know what kind of scholarships are there at Macquarie University.
Sure. Again, I'm coming back to the level of studies. So at various different levels, university offers different types of scholarships. So when we are talking about the bachelor degree level or master's degree level, master's by coursework, this university offers substantial scholarships. It's called the Vice Chancellor International Scholarship, where the students can apply for up to 10,000 Australian dollar tuition fees grant. When we are talking about the PhD or Master of Research leading to PhD, there are scholarships called IPRS, or we have also another scholarship called IMQRES. So these are the 2 scholarships the student can apply. They need to first get the admission offer letter, find a supervisor, and once they get the admission offer letter, they can apply for the scholarship also. And you would be happy to know that under this scholarship scheme, IPRS or IMQRES, is a 100% tuition fees waiver. It covers even the living expense around $26,000 per year for every student. So I think these are the very good opportunities for Bangladeshi students. Through this program, I like to also highlight there are few more Australian government-based scholarships are there, like for an example, the Endeavour Award, Endeavour Scholarship, Australia Award. So the Bangladeshi students can seek those scholarships. The deadline for Endeavour Award is 30th June. Our scholarship for IPRS is 31st August this year. So certainly we like to welcome all the Bangladeshi students at Macquarie University through our various scholarship schemes.
Thank you so much. We also welcome our students to really apply for those scholarships if you feel you can. You have really a good chance to get those scholarships. Thank you so much to you. Thank you so much to Julian and Rawshan, Sadia, Afroze, আপনার অভিজ্ঞতা আমাদের সাথে শেয়ার করার জন্য, and one of our very own, Mr. Tanveer Shaheed. Thank you for coming again back to Bangladesh. Thank you so much. শুধু দর্শকবৃন্দ, ধন্যবাদ আমাদের সাথে এতক্ষণ থাকার জন্য এবং আমাদের এই অনুষ্ঠানটা ধৈর্য ধরে উপভোগ করার জন্য। আশা করি এই অনুষ্ঠানে আমাদের আলোচকদের কথায় আপনারা অন্তত কিছুটা হলেও উপকৃত হবেন, বিশেষ করে আমাদের প্রসপেক্টিভ স্টুডেন্টসরা যারা অস্ট্রেলিয়াকে স্টাডি ডেস্টিনেশন হিসেবে বেছে নিচ্ছে, ম্যাকোয়ারি ইউনিভার্সিটিতে বিশেষ করে পড়তে যেতে চাচ্ছে। আশা করি প্রফেসর শেরমান ইয়াং, ডক্টর জুলিয়ান, রওশন, সাদিয়া, আফরোজ এবং মিস্টার তানভীর শহীদের কথায় আপনারা অনেক মূল্যবান তথ্য পাবেন এবং সেগুলো আপনাদের কাজে লাগবে। ধৈর্য ধরে আমাদের এই অনুষ্ঠান উপভোগ করার জন্য আবারও আপনাদেরকে ধন্যবাদ। আমি শরীফুল ইসলাম খান, সেইং গুড বাই টু ইউ। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।